Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. If you are looking for a restaurant-style vegetable korma, then this recipe is the right choice for you. Pot out, 1 tablespoon of oil goes in. We need whole spices to make this dish aromatic. Dried bay leaf, cinnamon stick, green cardamoms and cloves. Then onions go in, followed by chopped garlic and ginger. Stir the onions till they become a bit pale in color. Then we need cashew nuts. You can even use almonds or peanuts, or if you are allergic to nuts, then use 1 heaped tablespoon of pumpkin seeds or sesame seeds. Then the tomatoes enter the pot. Time for the powdered spices: Kashmiri red chili powder, turmeric powder, ground coriander and ground cumin. Add salt and a few black peppercorns, along with dried fenugreek leaves, that is kasuri methi. Give a brief stir and then add about a cup of water. When it comes up to a boil, cover and let it simmer on medium heat for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, heat off and allow this to cool down before adding to your blender. My blender can handle the heat, so I will blend it right away, but with caution, because it's always good to be cautious whenever you're handling hot stuff. Remember guys, you need a very smooth puree. Pan out, I added a tablespoon of oil and then butter. You can use only oil or ghee or any plant-based butter. The choice is all yours. We need cumin seeds. Then goes chopped garlic and ginger. Stir for a second and then add potatoes. I would recommend to chop the potatoes smaller than how I did, because in that way the potatoes get cooked quickly. Next in line are the carrots, and then cauliflower. You can add any vegetables according to your choice, but I won't recommend adding eggplant. Okay, stir the vegetables from time to time on high heat till they develop a brown color along the edges. In the meantime, we need to prep another thing. In a bowl, add about 1/4 of a cup of plain unflavored yogurt. My vegan friends, you can use any plant-based yogurt like cashew yogurt or anything of your choice. I added 4 tablespoons of water to the yogurt along with turmeric powder, Kashmiri red chili powder, ground coriander and ground cumin. Then my magic wand takes care of bringing everything together. Whenever you use yogurt in cooking, you have to stir it very well before adding to the pan. This will prevent the milk solids from separating. Okay, now that my vegetables are well fried, I switched off my stove because we need to add yogurt. If you are using an electric stove, then take your pan off heat and then add the yogurt. And right after adding the yogurt, start stirring vigorously and do not let go of your spatula. Switch your stove back on and keep stirring continuously on medium-low heat until the yogurt comes up to a boil. See those bubbles? When you see that, you can let go of your spatula and then add the blended puree. Now my blender does a pretty good job in pureeing very smoothly. But if your blender is not that powerful, then I would highly recommend to strain the mixture using a sieve to catch any stray spices or maybe seeds of tomatoes. I even use that rinsed out blender jar goodness. Next comes dried fenugreek leaves, also known as kasuri methi. I always crush it before adding it to the gravy to release all its flavor. Then more of salt. But remember that you had even added salt earlier when boiling the onions. Then I love adding some sugar to balance the flavors. Next, cover on low heat for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, lid off and tofu goes in along with green beans. I am using frozen green beans which I had already blanched a little before freezing them, so I am adding them at this point. If you are using fresh green beans, then add them after adding the blended puree. Again, cover on for 10 minutes on low heat. 10 minutes done, lid off. I like adding frozen green peas. About 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground mace. You can even use ground nutmeg if mace is not there in your pantry. Then fresh green chilies, which are optional, and more of deliciousness. About 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. Guys, cream is optional, but it brings in that rich flavor in the korma. You can even substitute it with milk or coconut milk if you are on a plant-based diet. The potato still needs some more time. Lid back on for 5 more minutes. 5 minutes done. The gravy has thickened, and if you feel it is too thick, you can always loosen it up by adding some more water. This gravy is silky smooth, and each and every vegetable has got this coating of that delicious gravy, and the tofu becomes extra flavorful by soaking up all that deliciousness from the gravy. Serve this with naan or roti or rice or pulao. Please give this video a thumbs up and help it to reach more people. Bye bye.